No, close, blah, 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 close. I don't know if I'm live or not, to be honest. I just thought I'd come on here, pissing down with rain, having a cup of coffee, like you do. Is there anybody there? Not really. There's no one actually saying fuck all. So I thought just, go live for about an hour. Well, I had nothing better to do, to be honest. Gets a bit boring. This, if one of you's working, it gets a little bit boring. This live shit, to be honest. Well, not live shit. Easter holiday thing. Bollocks, if you want to call it that. So I don't know if anybody's watching, but I thought I'd go live for a few, I don't know, for a few minutes or an hour even, just to, you know, shoot some shit over YouTube or whatever. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. Anybody out there who's on anything else, tell me different. Uh, for me, cup of coffee, it's just as good for a Monday afternoon. To be honest, you have to remember it's still Monday. It's not Sunday. It's not the weekend. It's Monday still. I've got a few cats looking at me there, thinking, "What a twat! What a twat! What a twat!" And yeah, so I thought I would go live because, well, why not? Nothing else is going on at the moment. Pissing down outside, can't get outside, can't do anything. So I thought, yeah, let's go live. Let's see what people are doing at this moment in time. I don't think they're doing a lot, to be honest. No one's commented, so people are doing fuck all. Yeah, tell me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you think of the foot. Well, Cat's just, what's he doing? Just making himself comfortable in his chair. Yeah, so tell us what you're doing. This is actually the first time. Actually, the viewing figures have gone down. I'll just see who's watching. Not a lot. So what we got. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at the. Let's have a look at the comments. Abel says, "Dad." Well, I'm not your dad, but never know. Abel said, "I." Rajeshwari, mate, hi. Do you know BTS? I don't know. Fuck all about BTS. Haven't got a clue. Haven't got a clue. BTS. What is BTS? Asking the cat over there. What's BTS? Not a lot. Denny Lee Houston. Football mad. She goes high. It's a K-pop group. Haven't got a clue about Korean K-pop bands. I'm more of a meat and potatoes progressive rock type of person, so I wouldn't know about that. Denny Lee Houston says Football Man a band, apparently. I wouldn't have a clue. Show my age now, I'm about 50 odd years old. So I've got people going on about a K-pop band. Never even heard of fucking K-pop, to be honest. K-pop. What is K-pop? Do I look like a member of them? That's what you asked me. Am I that kind of like young looking and strike? It says, "Hey bro, hello mate, how you doing?" I don't know any of these people are watching me at the moment. I just thought let's go live on YouTube instead of StreamYard. See what happens. So there's obviously people here watching me who don't know me. So let me introduce myself. My name is JB. I'll review beer on YouTube. And I like to regard myself as pretty good at it as well. Well, maybe not. And people watch me drink beer and review it and get drunk and score it. Well, I don't particularly score beer as such, but yeah, I kind of like drink beer and all that. You search on Google, please. I ain't gonna fucking search on Google. Why the hell would I have to search on Google? Listen, I don't like K-pop music. I don't know who they are. You know, real music to me are bands like Dream Theater or Rush or Queensryche. So for me, that is proper music. Their song was very nice. I don't give a shit what song's very nice. At the end of the day, progressive rock is the way to go, you know? I wouldn't have a fucking clue if that song was good. Football Mad, game over. Game over? Yeah, it is. I haven't got a clue what K-pop is. I don't even want to know what manufactured pop music is all about because it's full of bullshit. So tool off on your way, go, bye bye, bitch bash bosh, and listen to your shit. Right, let me have me cup of coffee. Yes, it's my fault for going live, but that's the type of shit you get when you go live. To be honest, just bullshit. People trying to pretend that oh, you know, you like this and no, I don't like that and I don't like this, you know. In fact, I don't really like people as such. Why the hell do I go live? I haven't got a clue. Haven't got a fucking Scooby Doo. So I haven't got any clue who's watching me at the moment. Never heard of any of you. So tell me a little bit about yourselves. Obviously, you think I like K-pop, but do I fuck? Anyway, what are you doing over there? Let's see anybody. Let's see if anybody, if anyone out there actually comments. There's 5 people watching me. Actually, someone's giving me a thumbs up. Someone's giving me a thumbs up, which makes it bizarre because I haven't really talked about anything. Just a load of bollocks. Oh, no one's answering. It's all dropped down to one viewer. Too right. Well, that one viewer who really wants to watch me, then 5 viewers going on about shitty K-pop. Some viewers out from out far beyond. Liverpool are the best club, apparently, according to Danielle Lee, Houston Football Mad. Oh, I'm not gonna mention really about what team I support, but I'll tell you what now, Liverpool are a good club, are they? You know, based on history and everything. Yeah, ferry across the Mersey and all that bollocks. First football club actually to be sponsored by a shirt sponsor, if I remember. Hitachi, Bob Paisley, good manager. Bob Paisley was a good manager. Um, yeah, I suppose they are. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what bloody football club I support. A... I'll let you guess that. I'll tell you what. you be you'll be understanding why I won't say what football club I support. It's not very good at the moment. Good afternoon, Mohammed. That's what I called Mohammed on this. How you doing? There's no one here I know on this chat. I haven't got a fucking clue who knows me on this. How you doing? Do you drink, Mohammed? Tell me in the comments. Don't tell me about football because someone in the comments will. No one's answering yet. Still have me cup of coffee. Got an hour to kill on a bank holiday, so hit me with any, hit me with any questions or comments. I'll try to persevere and answer you all. Because I'm a bit bored shitless today. It's raining outside. Actually, if it wasn't raining, I would be outside in one of my struts. You're in India. I've never been to India. It's an unusual country, a fascinating country, India. I know friends have been to India, so it's fantastic. Never been to India in my life. It's supposed to be an amazing country. It's supposed to be an amazing country. Is India on my bucket list? Yeah, I'll definitely visit it. Definitely, I think there'd be a bit of a culture shock from some fat, overgrown white Englishman visiting India. Yeah, I think yeah, I'll visit India definitely. A friend of mine who went to India thought it was an amazing country. He said it's fascinating. Um, Everything from the culture of the people to the countryside, everything supposed to be fantastic. So yeah, I would definitely visit India, but I'll be a little bit wary of the snakes out there. What I gathered, snakes aren't very good for you out there. If they bite you, I think you're in a bit of trouble. So there you go. That's all right. Talking about India. Never talked about India before on this. So yeah, fascinating country. Fascinating people, to be honest. Well, we got two people dropping. So I got rid of the K-pop lot. Do I look like someone who likes K-pop? Tell me. Fucking hell. Anyway, see what's going on. See what any other individuals out there feel like they want to talk to us about. Put it in the comments. I shall. Well, it's gone back to one view now. So there's one person in the house watching me. So I managed to piss off everybody else who were watching me. So come on then, keep it up. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're eating. Tell me what you're drinking. Tell us, because it's pissing down outside. I'm doing fuck all here. Two people watching now. Is it going to be anybody I know? I would guess it won't be. I think the people who I know will be reviewing beer or sleeping it off right at this moment. The Hopper in. I'm your viewer. Fuck me, Hopper. How you doing, mate? I've just thought I'd come on and do a live because I'm bored shitless. It's pissing down outside in Yorkshire. And I've reviewed some beers, dinner time. I've done Baz's Stonehouse Brewery, Green Duck. I've reviewed that. I've reviewed another beer, which was a very boring beer I picked up from M&S. I've also reviewed. What have I reviewed? Brooklyn Brewery's Dipper, which is coming up sometime this week. And I've reviewed another beer, which I can't remember. I think it was something from a local brewery to me, Zapatu Brewery. So I've reviewed a few beers today and cleaned up the house, fed the cats, sitting down with a cup of coffee. I thought, well, let's have a chat, let's see what one's about. So I've had people on here who like K-pop, people on here which like, oh, here we go. Liverpool are going to win the league this season and next season. No shit, Sherlock. Most probably, yes. Can't see anybody else winning it. Maybe outside bet, I'll say Newcastle. Yeah, there you go. Newcastle, they're coming after you. Paul Allen, hello mate, how you doing? Nice to hear from you, mate. Hopper Review says, speaking of bucket lists, is my ex-wife on that list? She was a bucket. She was a bucket, was she? God, why did you get rid of the bucket? Denny Lee Houston, football mad, Liverpool supporter, says 5. I don't know what she meant by that or he meant by that, but I have to say that looking at the English Football League, it's as predictable as the sun coming up in the morning. The football in the UK is shit. It's predictable. It's the money clubs win it, and it's a load of bollocks, to be honest. If you think that is sport, then you're a fucking idiot. Look at them clubs at the top: Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, even Newcastle now, Tottenham. All these clubs at the top, money, 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 money. They couldn't give a shit about the supporter. Couldn't give a shit about anybody, to be honest. It's all about agents making money, TV making money. If you think that's a good thing, good for you. But I'll tell you now, I think it's a load of bullshit. There you go. That's my view on the domestic football in the UK. It's all about the money. And I suppose you could say it's the same for across the continent. Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, AC Milan, all these clubs, Real Madrid, Barcelona. It's all the same. Money, money, money. They don't give a shit about any supporters. If they gave a shit about supporters, they've got enough money swimming around in their clubs to give you free football shirts. Got enough money in the clubs to give you free football shirts, even to the season ticket holders. But they don't, because they're taking the piss out of you. So remember that. All these football players who think they kiss the badge every time they score a goal or whatever, it's full of bullshit. They don't give a shit. They only kiss the badge of a club because they're making shitloads of money out of them. There's no kind of like loyalty in football. I'm not 60. I'm just someone who speaks with common sense. Football is a bullshit sport full of bullshit people. Alan Sugar was right when he took over Tottenham. It's full of bullshitters. Hello, Baz. I'm having on the sermon about football at the moment. I've got people, but I thought I'll come and do a live, mate. I've got people accusing me of being a K-pop fan. Never heard of K-pop in my life. Some Korea. Then you got people who are saying, well, I just gave a bit of sermon about the domestic football game. You know what I mean? I'm right. I'm right when I say the football in England is absolute fucking bullshit. It's all about the money. It's not about the fans. And the sooner people realise that they're kind of like being led along by football promoters, football agents, football club owners, it's a load of fucking bullshit. The whole game. Yeah, K-pop. Paul says, as a Villa fan, I fully agree. I think, yeah, it's nice to see clubs like Villa doing well. I'll be honest. I've got Panini football album back upstairs with Gary Shawin and Peter Within. I remember Villa being, European winners. Yeah, it's nice to see clubs like Villa and maybe Newcastle doing well. But at the end of the day, it's a load of horse shit because you got all these kind of like billionaire owners who are pushing their clubs right to the top of their respective leagues, and they don't give a shit about anybody. They don't. Yeah, it's about the money, but us chaps who support the shit teams, money does. Nah, it doesn't affect us, Baz. We're absolute. Well, well, I'm fucking stupid. I'll tell you now. I can't see us even beating Pompey next season, and that's saying something. I think we're bloody shit, to be honest. I think we go down to League One, to be honest, next season. We'll drop down, and I think we'll drop down again, but there you go. But then again, it gets us away from all the bullshit of the Premier League, because I think whoever goes up this season's going to drop back down again anyway. I just think the whole Premier League is a load of bullshit. You look at a club like Bournemouth, 15,000 home capacity, but still seem to sustain Premiership status. What the fuck's all that about? Could be worse, could be Portsmouth, I suppose. We watch our local non-league team bury most weeks, much more entertaining. Yes, you're not the first one to say things like that, Paul. When I lived down south, I used to go and see Eastbourne Borough. Well, it wasn't called Eastbourne Borough back then. It used to be Langley Sports. And you used to get more entertainment on a Saturday afternoon, having a few beers in the club, going to watch the game, coming back, having a few more beers in the club, than you would any other way, to be honest. And of course, you had Gillette Soccer Saturday on as well, which, let's be honest, was fantastic. You actually had people on Gillette Soccer Saturday who knew what they were talking about, because they played the fucking game. But now you get somebody like, I don't know, a woman. I shouldn't be sexist, but a woman who's played in their league or whatever, thinking I know anything about the men's game, and I know fuck all, to be honest. Big difference in Premier League, mate. My lot no. My lot got Burnley later. We got 2-0. Pop no. It's true. Then he says Super Sunday is for Liverpool. I suppose it is at the moment. I suppose Liverpool can't do any wrong, but to be honest, the reason why Liverpool are doing well this season because Man City has been shit, to be honest. I think if Man City were more consistent, I don't think Liverpool will be getting away with it as what they are, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, football in this country is fucking bullshit. It is. It's just something not to be proud of at the moment. Yeah, football game as a whole, I don't think is anything to be proud of. Not like the old days, anyway. You know, they seem to play for about 100 minutes at the moment. Every game's supposed to be about 100 minutes. But anyway, I'm having a cup of coffee. Who else is out there having a cup of coffee? Or anybody out there having a beer? I've got the door open. Got the door open, like you do. Got the cats. Do you see that? Got the door open. Made that myself. That grid. Keep the cats in. Don't know if you can see that under. There was. Can you see that? Is there a cat? There is a cat down there somewhere. There she is in the corner. Yeah, cat sitting as normal. That's the way it goes. So I just thought, yeah, got something like coffee. Baz says he's got something like coffee. Downsize and Rivington Brews on the go here. What's the current? Oh, you spoil yourself, Paul. Oh, God, Downsize. I haven't had a Downsize beer for ages. Cracking brewery, that. Rivington. I haven't had a Rivington brew for ages. You know what? I haven't been in any bottle shops since before Christmas. Mainly because of the price at the moment. I found that my couple of the go-to bottle shops up here, they're adding a £2 to £3 onto a can of beer. I went in there, it was before Christmas. I paid it near about £7.50 for a pale ale, which was about 5%. I thought, you're having a laugh, and yeah? You know what I mean? I don't mind supporting bottle shops. You know, the main thing about this channel was supporting bottle shops. But if you're going to start taking a piss with your prices, I'm going to have to stop going in there. And that's exactly what I've done. I've kind of like stopped going in the bottle shops and basically start to go to other places, i.e. supermarkets, which I don't like to go to be honest. About 5 years ago, I nearly stopped the channel because I was doing too many supermarket beers, but I've had to go back to supermarkets because I can't afford the bottle shops. Bottom line, I've had 2 trips to Tremley Manis, but when I go to Tremley Manis, I don't go for the craft beer much. I go for the German stuff because it's cheaper and the Czech stuff. Denny says, "Do I have a son?" No, I don't have a son. Thank God, because they look exactly and act exactly like me. Simple as. Don't want 2 of us around here. Fucking hell. All day. Do you know where I can buy a decent door? Not from my place, Mr. Hopper. Do you know? I'm not going to go into, because I could get myself the sack. So I'm not going to go into anything unscrupulous regarding doors. But I wouldn't, me personally, I'd just go elsewhere, Solid or somewhere like that might do better. Go somewhere where you can get the Part M. Anyway, you won't get any doors from South Wales. No. He's busy fitting them in South Wales, isn't he? Downsize online shop is very reasonable. Usually 8 bottles for £12. Yeah, Downside. I was in Harrogate day before yesterday. I was in Harrogate, and the brewery was shut, but it's still nice to see small breweries doing it, isn't it? It's nice. We got Denny again. You on live? Yeah, I know I'm on live. I'm 24 minutes in, and it's a couple of me mates have joined on. Endurance. Hopper Review says Endurance again. Endurance. I don't see many of their doors. For us, we get our panels from Korea, somewhere out China way. Yeah. Boring. Denny says boring. Well, bugger off then if you don't like it. Baz, can hardly get a decent beer down here. Do you have drip? I don't know what the hell you're going on about. Do I have drip? What the fuck's drip? I haven't got a fucking clue. Anyway, must be a millennial. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I got a pack of beer in. Well, got some beers in on Saturday. Went to Waitrose, picked up Lost and Grounded. Salt drip. Yeah, I've had that, mate. Salt drip, fucking shite that was. Brewgood drip. Never had the Brewgood. Anyway, I went to Waitrose on the off chance. Picked up a load of Lost and Grounded and double barreled. Never had any beers from double barreled. Supposed to be quite good apparently. So I got a couple of them. Got some Chiefs in. Got some Saint Bernie in. Got some Zundert. Got the Zundert quad in as well, which I'm looking forward to trying. And today went to supermarket, picked up some more supermarket flobber. Do I watch football? Do I watch football? Non-league football, Harrogate Town? Yeah, I watch Harrogate Town. Do I watch Premier League? Why would I watch fucking Premier League football? It's fucking bullshit. It's horseshit. It's just full of people making loads of money out of the working class. It's a bullshit league full of bullshit players and bullshit everything else. So I don't watch football, no. It's boring as shit. I'd rather watch fucking paint dry. Anyway. No, I'm not. It's I'm not angry. No. I just think people are fucking so fucking blinkered thinking that the Premier League and football in general is a be all and end all, and it isn't, is it? Oh, I got a message for you. See, now we've got someone. I think I should, Baz. Yeah, I think I should watch paint dry. Might be more interesting watching me review a beer as well. Oh, I hope you're going well, Baz. Hope you got plenty of jobs on, mate. That's the main thing, isn't it? Keep yourself going and that. Oh, Hopper reviews. Female mudrat. I'll tell you what I've been watching, Hopper, is MMA. Right, MMA, when they're in the cage and everything, writhing around. But they're dressed as knights and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They're dressed in kind of like knight costumes and got armor on, and they're doing MMA. It's pretty good. Female mother, yeah. Plenty, mate. Seen that? It's cool, isn't it? It's cool. It's really good. How the hell they can like keep themselves on their 2 feet, bashing each other with bloody like axes and stuff. It's bloody good, like. Also, like the gridiron, the American football, but women as well in scantily clad stuff. Baz says football or soccer. I hate the word soccer. These Americans that really piss me off sometimes. They kind of hijack everything, don't they? Even though they're fucking shit at it, football. Let's call it soccer. Because we already got football. Paul Ann says still can't beat Takeshi. I remember Takeshi's Castle. It's fan. Yeah, that's a good laugh. Denny says it's football. Of course, it's football. Wouldn't be anything else, would it? But people like to hijack it and call it something else. That's Americans for you, anyway. So tell me what anybody's drinking. Anybody drinking any beer? No, not really. In the military, we had fights amongst to the death to keep testosterone levels and aggression up. If we had swords with like knights, we'd have had no armed forces. Yeah, no armed forces. Bit of that scene in Holy Grail when they wanted to cross this bridge and they chop his arm off and chop his head off. Any good Baz? Did you like it? Paul says, Rivy's never known. Yeah, Rivy's never known fog like it. Fantastic beer. That was my first Rivy beer. That really good beer. I haven't had it since. Fantastic. Really put Rivy on the map for me. That one. Just for pal. No, I haven't had yours yet, mate. Yeah, I think yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll do it next week. I did like the Teen Angst. It's coming up this week. Um, I think it'll be up Tuesday or Wednesday. Good drop of beer, that. Unusual drop of beer. So it had flavours which I weren't expecting, to be honest. It wasn't as straightforward as what I was expecting it to be, that beer. Uh, and I looked at the hop profile on the back of the bottle, and it said Crush as well, which I had a little bit of a dig at because up to what a few weeks ago, I had a Brewdog beer had Crush in the ingredients. I've never really heard of it, to be honest. So I don't know whether or not this is an in thing at the moment with breweries putting Crush in their beers. But yeah, it was an unusual beer, but it was really nice actually. It's wasn't what I was expecting. Put it that way. Sometimes it's nice to have a beer which you're not really expecting what it says on. They can hark on about flavors on the label, but once you try it and it kind of throws a curveball at you, and you think, "Wow, that's different." That's definitely with that one. I watched your Ghost Ship comparison the other day. Picked a few double ghosts up. I mean, the double ghost is it's an okay beer. It's very traditional, hopped up beer in the reign of Marston's used to do years ago. It's all right. It's all right. It's an all right beer. Um, it is double ghost. I don't think is as good as the Ghost Ship. The Ghost Ship for me, very hop forward, lovely hop characteristics to the beer. Get that in a can, it's fantastic, really refreshing. Um, yeah, totally get it. The Double Ghost for me is more of a traditional IPA in the style of the old school term of brewing regarding Marston's and maybe, I don't know, some other, maybe Black Sheep or whatever. It's very malty, very biscuity, but it's okay. Denny says you are the best. Well, I try to be. How old are you? Oh, I'm too old for you. Yeah, I've got an admirer, and that's just not me looking in the mirror every morning, Baz. Yeah, so yeah, Double Ghost. It's not bad. I mean, it was nice actually to really review an Adnams beer again. It felt like I haven't reviewed an Adnams beer for years, and it's true, I haven't. When you go to the supermarkets, you have the excellent Southwold Bitter, M&S did their own variation brewed by Adnams and everything, and it was so nice to actually go back. It felt like going back in time, and it just felt like picking a couple of beers up with an old brewing name on, trying them and really enjoying it. I've got two I'm doing next weekend from Titanic, which I'm really looking forward to because I haven't tried the Plum Porter for a very long time, and I've managed to pick up the Plum Porter and the Cherry Porter. So I'm going to do them back to back next weekend. But I'm looking forward to just going back to basics in a way. I think we've been spoiled over the years regarding craft beer, and it's just nice to get back to the more traditional breweries. And nice to see them still producing beer as well. It's one of the few that I've chilled. Most ales I tend to pretty much, yeah, I review beer at room temperature. Very rare I review a beer chilled. Um, for me, I've always had that rule that if you review a beer which is, I don't know, like a lager, anybody can chill a lager and say, yeah, a lager tastes all right. But for me, no, I don't want to chill a lager. I want to keep it relatively room temperature because that'll bring out some of the flavours which you won't get when you chill it. So that's why I look at it. Plum Porter is always on draft at the boozer next to Alfred. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had Plum Porter since I last reviewed it, and we're going back about 8 years ago. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to trying it again, because it was their main beer, Plum Porter, Titanic. And I did the reserve. I remember watching Dean's review of the reserve. I've never tried that either. And it'd be nice to go back and compare the two. Cherry Porter I've never tried from Titanic, so it'll be nice to compare both beers. Yeah, it's just nice going back to them type. Denny, you're watching. Why would you comment? Don't drink beer. That's true. What was Tana Palo called? White Star. I think it's called Iceberg. Was it? I'm sure. It's called Iceberg. I remember picking that up and trying it. Had a little wry smile at the, Iceberg, Titanic. Had a little wry smile. But no, yeah, that wasn't bad. Where did I pick them up? Was it Booze Busters? Might have been Booze Busters. I picked up the Titanic beers. Because I remember picking up Shepherd Neame's Master Brew from there as well. And that's another beer which I really, really liked. It's just nice going back in time, and I can see myself re-reviewing a lot of the stuff as well, which I had at the beginning of the channel, because I've forgotten how good sometimes traditional ales can be, because you get sucked into the supermarkets with adjuncts and dippers and all this malarkey, and you forget about the bottled ales which really set you on the way in the first place. Denny's about 10, right? Yeah, you could be right. They're very power-akin white rat. Now the white rat, funny you say that, because I just picked up, I think Tesco doing an imperial version of the white rat. I picked up a can of it last week. I haven't reviewed it from Ossett. Now Ossett Brewery, fantastic brewery. I don't know whether or not they are owned by the people who own Salt Beer Factory. I think they have got something to do with Salt Beer Factory, but it's great. I tell you what I like seeing posts from a fella called Stuart Pickard, Ginger Ale Trail. Check out his YouTube channel if he's still going. He was a big inspiration for me when I started, and he goes around all the small pubs in the Bradford, Leeds area where the likes of Ossett and Saltaires and everything. And I've always liked seeing his pictures up from all the different pubs, and the pubs he goes to are really old school pubs. They go in there and it feels like you wouldn't feel out of place with wearing a flat cap and having a whippet by the side of you. It's one of them type of places, but it's really, really, really nice to see posts like that. Proper boozers, yeah. Tommy's in the house. Hello, Tommy. How you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm fine, mate. Hope you are well and enjoying your Easter as well, mate. Yeah, I just thought I'd pop on actually, talk a bit beery talk while nothing much is going on. It's pissing outside. I've fed the cats. I've got a cup of coffee. Stick the phone on. See who's about. Yeah, proper boozers. Proper boozers. It's nice going to a proper boozer. The feel of the place and everything. I have them in in the Yorkshire Dales. You go to Asquith or go to Leyburn or Hawes and places like that, and you go in there. There's a warmthness to them, which you don't get in any Weatherspoons or anything. You walk in there, the food's homemade, it's pretty cheap. The beer's pretty good. Yeah, you might not get the variety from some pubs, but I'll tell you what, majority of the beer's pretty good. And yeah, that's for me is the ideal Sunday for me, going out on a strut in Yorkshire Dales, then coming home. Well, going for a Sunday roast, a couple of pints for Black Sheep Bitter or Feakston's XB or whatever, and come home. That's the perfect. Where you walk in and you can almost see the heartbeat feeding, proper house, open fire. Yeah, that's basically what I'm all about, mate. That's basically what I'm all about. You can't be having that. Going about, and it's a part of our culture which I love. And one day it may disappear. You know, going off into the dales and that, and having a proper traditional couple of pints of beer and proper Sunday roast with Yorkshire puddings. I can see it one day not being here. Um, hope, hopefully within my lifetime it still be here. But no, it's something. What makes this country special is when you have beer and food in an old-fashioned pub. And I think people in the cities and that they don't understand or realise or whatever that the village pub or whatever is a very important thing. Simo said, "Wait, what's all this then?" Yeah, basically, Simo, I thought, you know, it's pissing down with rain outside, Simo, so I thought I'd go live. I fed the cats. The cats have been twats. Um, as I come up here, she's up here. I don't know if you can see her. She's on top of the fridge, being a bloody pain in the arse. She got a coat yesterday. She got a coat to go outside in the garden, but Paul said, it is a demise of an institution. Hey up, Simo. Hey up, Simo's awake. You split your dinner down your jumper. Yeah, that there. Yeah, that's egg. I had an egg sandwich this morning. I had an egg sandwich this morning and it went everywhere. Literally went everywhere. Here's the squirts out all over. Dinner medals. Yes, yeah. I call it a dinner medal. There you go. There you go. Yeah, basically that's what it is. Egg sandwich in the morning, strut round the village and come back, do some beer reviews, and now I'm here talking to you lot with a cup of coffee, which I might make another one in a minute while I'm talking to you lot. Yeah, it is an institution, the local pub and that, and the local brewery. It is part of our culture, and like everything, it's kind of like this. It feels like it's disappearing all the time. It feels like the price of a pint is going up, and feels like that. We're starting to get pushed further and further into our houses, and and not be bothered to go out. Right, Simo says, I'm shattered today, I had 2 heavy nights over the weekend, wiped me out, then been dragged to Evans Hallshaw to look at new car for the sister. Ooh, I've been looking at new cars, Simo, to be honest. I won't tell you what I've been looking at. The one was a Renault 5 the other day. She's fancying a Ford Puma. Yeah, that sounds all right. That sounds all right. For me, when I go and buy a car, the first question I ask is whether or not it's got a timing belt or a chain. If it's got a timing belt, I run a mile. Basically, because I do quite high mileage. Timing belt for me, nah. You don't want a car with a timing belt. Fuck that. You get something with a chain. Even though a chain can slip if you don't lubricate your engine properly, I would still prefer a chain to a timing belt. The skeptic in me thinks those in charge don't want places where us minions meet and talk about their faults. Well, that's a good point. I suppose no one likes criticism. No one likes criticism. Doesn't matter what you do, where you work, or anything. No one likes criticism, and they're not as thick-skinned these days than what they were in our day and age. So I can totally get that. I mean, even breweries get arsey. I've had some arsey comments from breweries when I've criticised them too much and that, and I don't like it. But that's just me. You put your beer out there, or it doesn't matter what you do in life. You put it out there. If you put it in the public domain, then you're prepared to get criticised. Um, Brewdog, yeah. I mean, I could go on about Brewdog. The ethics of that company stink. Absolutely stink. They stink. Hobber says Brewdog. Yeah, I mean, I've got respect for Buxton. I like Buxton Brewery, to be honest. I think they're a pretty decent brewery. King Slayer was a good one. Yeah, I like. Yeah, Simo hits the nail on the head there. They have made some pretty decent dark beers. One of my favourites is still Choco Libre. I like that beer. So they have done some good. But usually when a beer is dark, I think Brewdog are okay. But anything else, they seem to be full of shit. Hobbit says Buxton's like a weak fence after the last couple. I mean, Buxton a good brewery overall. I haven't had a bad beer as much from them. It's the arrogance for me. Their beers are bang average at best, but the way they preach, yeah, I think that they got somebody out there, a marketing PA person out there to talk them up to a point where they are universally loved, but they're not. Brewdog are a terrible. I would imagine they're a terrible company to work for, and I'd imagine the beer is reflecting on what type of company they are, to be honest. James Watt, I haven't got a clue about what James Watt's done. I know he's kind of like got hitched up with someone from Made in Chelsea or something. I haven't got a clue, mate. I don't really take any notice of James Watt. He arrogantly thinks he created craft beer, but he didn't really. Far from it. He just took the ideology of a lot of American brewers and brought it over the pond to us. And of course, we've had a lot of better brewers ever since. A lot more solid brewers. Rivington is a prime example. So for me, James Watt is really he's trying to put the medal on his chest, saying that he created craft brewing, but in this country, but he didn't really. The spiel they put on the bottle of Lost Shore was so patronising. They do it, and I honestly think they do it on purpose. I think the spiel that Brewdog put on their labels or whatever, they do it on purpose, just to, arrogantly say that we're the best. Carl told me now, someone said he's left, it's just the other bloke left now. He comes across a proper bellend. He's most probably a bloke who doesn't know what's going on. I think James Watt has left Brewdog, made a shitload of money out of his shares of the company, most probably. The people who gradually overtaken Brewdog, you can tell the type of people they are and the quality of the beer they produce. It's nothing about the beer with Brewdog now. It's all about the numbers and making money. And it reflects in the beer now. I can't say anything else, really. As for the other bloke, the quiet one who's been left behind in Brewdog, I'd imagine he'll, quietly leave at some point, and Brewdog will be owned by some big corporation, AB InBev, Heineken, someone to buy him. someone got their feet in the door already. But the best years of Brewdog was when they first started, and now they're not. I don't know what they are now, but to be honest with you, they're not really anything to do with quality craft beer anymore, are they? Going says there's a whole bloody section dedicated to them. Yeah, Sainsbury's is the same, Simo. Sainsbury's got this Brewdog thing up. And most funny, they paid Sainsbury's a certain amount of money to push their beers to the front of the queue, if you all knew that. But to be honest, people aren't stupid anymore, and I think people aren't idiots. And, I think for me, if people start to get fed up, and I think people have started to get fed up with them, and can see through all the bullshit and see all through the spiel of them. We're not mugs, and they're not mugs. In the end, people won't buy their beers. It's always funny when lager drinkers assume, as I like real ale, I must like Brewdog. Being bought a few variety packs, politely accept they can't give. Yeah, I think a lot of lager drinkers think that Brewdog is the pinnacle of the top of the pyramid, and that's down to naivety, I suppose, because usually people who buy your Brewdog haven't got a clue about beer in general, and I think, well, he must like Brewdog then, and blah blah this, blah blah that. But obviously, I haven't heard of any or the other breweries which we get about, and I suppose that's because of the dominance Brewdog has on the market for the average Joe to kind of like think in that way. And I suppose you could say if someone, the average Joe, said, name a heavy metal band, they'll turn around and say somebody, no offense, say, Bon Jovi, and you think, well, what I mean, that's the pull it has. It's kind of like it's arrogance, I suppose. Yeah, no worries, Baz. I might be on for another half hour, hour and a half maybe, talking a load of twaddle. Yeah, no worries, mate. Cheers for popping in. There was that can't remember the name, but the can was a Space Invaders arcade type graphic. Are you talking about the Brewdog arcades thing? I can't remember the name of the beer. This is it with Brewdog for me. The beers are forgettable. All the beers are forgettable with Brewdog. I have to shoot as well, Joey. Hope you support us with 4,000 Lil. Hopper out. No worries, mate. No worries. You get on with it. Get on with. Nice talking to you. Neon something or other. Neon something. Can't remember that one, mate. Can't remember that. Denny Lee's back. Hi again. Yeah, I can't remember that. Neon. Is that a Brewdog beer, mate? Put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. I can't remember, to be honest. That's a Brewdog beer or not. The number one fan, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Neon. Is that a Brewdog beer then? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I sometimes feel as though I am that I should review Brewdog beers, being the channel that I am, and I do pick them up for that reason. But I went a couple of years on purpose not to review them. Still ended up reviewing them. You can try and not. You can try and dismiss not reviewing Brewdog beers, but because you go to the supermarket every week, you can't help but see them. So you end up picking them up all the time, if you know what I mean. I'm not familiar with that one, mate. Neon Dream, not familiar with that. I don't know. yeah, so yeah, you can't help but not pick them up. So you can say about Vocation as well and Northern Monk, but with Northern Monk, I get a little bit mixed up with because when Northern Monk are concerned, their beers, I seem to think, well, have I done, because they don't really have variety regarding their can designs or names of their beers. I end up getting mixed up whether or not I've reviewed it or not, and sometimes I feel myself, well, I haven't reviewed that, but I have reviewed it. So yeah, so if I'm not too sure with that, I might have another cup of coffee. Yeah, watch I'm here. Have another cup of coffee. Making coffee with JB. Fill the kettle up. Huh? Fill the kettle up. Anybody out there drinking beer? Tell me what it is all about, please. Well, I've got half my egg sandwich down my front, but that's about all bad. You want a cup of coffee? 1 or 2 sugars? Tell me. Make you a cup. Make you a bloody cup. Right, there you go. Put the kettle on. Rinse the cup out. Yeah, I can make coffee. I'm on a new Nescafe cappuccino. I'm going to go for the Aldi one, Simo. I'll tell you what, I've got the Intenso Barista. Nice and cheap. Coffee's expensive, isn't it? Isn't it? Bloody expensive coffee. Bloody is. Let's go over and get something in the fridge. Cats have just decided to go to sleep. It's funny, isn't it, when when you feed the cats, they like annoy you as much as they can because they're hungry. Once they get fed, that's it. They don't want to know you. Typical cats, aren't they, really? Typical cats. Right, then get the kettle on. We've got Buster here. I don't know if he... he's gone. He's gone. 1 or 2 sugars, let us know in the comments. What we got ourselves? We got. Oh, look at this. I've got that. I haven't tried it yet. Taliesin pasta. What was it? Kpop pasta bolognese. Had that one before? Not me. Anyway. So, yeah. Nescafe cappuccino, eh? Got Nescafe Gold. That's an old classic, isn't it? That's an old classic. Got this stuff here from Sainsbury's. That stuff. Fucking hell, that's strong as hell, that. Got like, if you want to sober up after a few beers. God, fucking hell, that stinks. Absolutely stinks. Absolutely. We've got fair trade tea. Co-op. There you go. And we've got Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea is the best. Get that in there. As well. Give it a stir. And I'm back. Right, what we got? Pot Boy. Not seen that before. Still like a Bombay bad boy, but I'm feeling it. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I'll show you again. That one. Yeah, Kpop pasta bolognese. But there's fuck all in that. My favourite is that, actually. I do like that. But I add extra soy sauce to it. Living on bloody pot noodles. Living on pot noodles. Right, I'm back again. Still there. Yeah, I'll stay for another half hour. Might as well. Got fuck all else to do. Yeah, need the soy in that. Definitely need the soy. Gotta get the soy in that. Definitely. That's the best. That's the best thing about it. And these pot noodles. I mean, to be honest, up to about a year ago, I never touched a pot noodle, but I seem to be living on them at the moment. I find them very convenient, very tasty, and I seem to lose a little bit of weight. Dare I say? He says, sausage fingers. Oh, I've got sausage fingers. So when you get older, you start these fingers, your hand starts to expand into like you do. Yeah, so tell us what beers you got, what beers you're drinking, what beers you've been coming up and liking and stuff like that. Like I say, I'm off to Spain in a couple of weeks, so I'll be doing a load of stuff over there, no doubt. I've got in contact with Benny at Benny's Bar in Benalmadena. I'm going to go around there and do a load of videos and stuff and drink a load of choof like I usually do. I've got another choof review coming up tonight. I've got the Houblon, what came up at 12. I've got the McChoof coming up about 6 o'clock, so hope you watch that one. I do like Choof. I like their beers. Really tasty. Changed their labels again as well, Choof. I was in Tesco the other day and it's got the new Choof label, not like the old Choof labels. Nothing like that indeed. So tell us what you're drinking. The soda's not meant. Not many people watching this. I've been on an hour. It's 4 o'clock. I will stay on till 4:30, I would say, before I need to do some other stuff. Because I was going to go to a brewery today, but he wasn't open, so decided not to go. Couldn't go there. It's a bit of a. Usually it's Easter Sunday, which is a bit of a pain. Paul says still has little pic. Yeah, it has, but I've changed the font, the name of the Truth. They'll never get rid of the pixie or the gnomes or whatever you want to call them, because that is part of their character as a brewery, I think. But I've changed the font. So what we had was a very traditional small font from Le Chouf, but now it's gone big and it's not as good. It's not good. If you're on TikTok, check out Belgian beer reviews on TikTok. Brilliant reviewer. Be watching him now and again. Be talking to him on and off, and he learned from me actually that they kind of like changed the Chouf labels, and that was months ago. They decided to put that on. It hasn't really hit the shops till now. But no, he's a good reviewer. I do like Belgian beer reviews. He goes over to Belgium with his brother, goes to all the different breweries. Very knowledgeable. And yeah, I'm starting to lean again towards Belgian beers and German beers. I had a big German beer phase last year, mainly because it's down to price more than anything. It wasn't down to anything else. And I'm starting to get back into the Belgian stuff now. And there's plenty of Belgian beer out there I haven't tried yet, which I want to try. And the lambics as well. I want to try some more lambics because I'm a big fan of that style as well. So I'm looking forward to trying some more Cantillon and some other stuff. Hopefully going to pick some up in Spain as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So there's loads of beer yet to come on the channel. More than enough. So yeah, so looking forward to that. So anyway, tell us what you're drinking. Tell us what the football scores are. I haven't got a clue. I'm just sitting here on my kitchen table. One cat asleep there. One cat asleep there. Another one up there. Like you do. I had a few great beers from That's another brewery. Actually, which I haven't had I don't think I've actually reviewed a beer from Phantom. To be honest, I've been in shops when I've had it. Been in shops where I've had loads of their beers. Never picked one up. It's another brewery I need to get into. Based in Merseyside way, isn't they? I think that's another one. Leeds are walking it. 4-0 last time I saw. I think they'll do it this year, Leeds, won't they? I think they will. I know that they've been saying that. Well, if we won it last year, we would have been we would have given it a better go in the Premier League than Southampton. But at the end of the day, I think the gap between the Premier League and the Championship is so big now. It needs to have, you got to have the infrastructure in place properly before going up into the Premier League. I don't think Leeds would have made any difference coming up if they beat us last season. I think they will still be a team going down. I think the gap is big, massive. Like I said earlier, how the hell Bournemouth do it's beyond me. Reading 5-0, yeah, fair enough. But for me, as long as we beat Pompey in the South Coast Derby next year, I don't really care about any other result, to be honest. That's the main one. Stick one on Pompey, home and away. I'll be happy with that. So I take it no one out there is actually drinking a beer at the moment. No. No one's drinking a beer. That's fair enough. That's definitely fair enough. I think it's gonna thunder in a minute anyway. Your list again, mate. What's your list? What's the list you were going on about? Yeah, that's interesting. What list were you going on about? No one, if it's a beer list, you won't bore me, like. Offers badges today. Did pick up a Wheatwood Ales, Eastgate. Wheatwood Ales are also in booths. Your ale list, put it on, mate. Tell us what you. Give us your ale list. Let's have a look at it. Wheatwood Ales are available in booths, which is like a posh northern Simo know it. There's some posh northern supermarket, which is very, very good for beer actually. Always been good for beer, always championing the smaller breweries in the north. So yeah, if you're up north, go to a booths. Cracking place. There's one in Penrith, my local ones are Ripon, Penrith, Keswick. There's another one near Kendal, but I can't remember. A few Dales. So Old Leg Over Blonde. Yes. Old Leg Over. The blonde. Downside Monkey Wrench was a good one, if I remember right. They had a Moroccan ale, which I never tried. I remember the label. They also did one with green grass from Heartbeat on the label. Rivy, the fog, yes. Was it Mad Fog, the dipper? Mad God dipper, which was brilliant. I remember that. That was brilliant. See, I haven't had a Rivy beer for years. Well, not years, a couple of years. The Evil Dead ones. The last Rivy beers I had was the Evil Dead ones a couple of years ago. They were good. So you got the Double Ghost Ship, yes. Adnams, my favourite beers out of Adnams, Ghost Ship and Broadside. That was a good beer. Southwold Bitter is a good bitter as well. That's cracking stuff. And you've got Proper Job out of St Austell. I remember when I visited St Austell, I think the video's still on the channel, where God, it's like, at the time it felt like I was going into some sort of kind of like worship temple, going to their brewery. Proper Job was one of my favourite beers. It still is a good beer. Still enjoy Proper Job, but at the time it blew me away. I remember picking up my first bottle of Proper Job out of Tesco, and St Austell put in their tribute, and they put in Admiral's Ale in as well, which was a good one. And I went down to Cornwall, went to St Austell, went into the brewery, picked up a load of other St Austell stuff which weren't available in the supermarkets. Picked up the Big Job, I remember, before it hit the shops. That was a cracking beer. Yeah, I got a lot of fond memories of St Austell. Still are a great brewery, aren't they? They are. They still do some great stuff. The head brewer, well, yes, green grass is a good one. Very resinous, but almost leaves a coating on your tongue in a good way. The head brewer from State of Kind has gone to Rivington. Got to keep proper job up by quite a bit of sediment, which I don't mind, but some people. I love sediment in beers. Actually, one of the reviews I've done over the weekend is about cloudy beer and how people run away from cloudy beer. You know, when I get it served and I look at it, think, "Ooh, I'm not going to drink that. I'm going to be ill," and it's not. It's just unfiltered beer. It's unpasteurized. It's stuff with flavour. For me, always, whenever I see an uncloudy beer, I find it more attractive an uncloudy beer as an uncloudy beer. I think cloudy beers, they offer taste notes that what filtered beers don't. You know, you tend to expect what you're going to get from a filtered beer. But when you see something cloudy, yeah, I'm get more intrigued with something more cloudy with big sediment lumps in than anything else. Um, yeah. I remember when I picked up Popper Job for the first time, it said sediment in it. I remember it, bottle conditioned still. We've got to keep it up. Well, I remember that. I've never, to be honest, to this day, I've never had sediment in a St Austell beer. No matter what I've tried, you know, they say it's bottle conditioned. I suppose it is. There will be elements of yeast in these beers, in these bottled beers, but I've never visually seen big clumps in them. Uh, I agree. I like the black peppery ting that the Popper Job gives when you pour it. Yeah, it's a good beer Popper Job, isn't it? It's they've left it alone as well, which I like about it. They haven't compromised on the recipe because sometimes breweries, when beers get a little bit too popular, breweries tend to, they tend to try to be clever and try to recreate the recipe on a cheaper term, and it tends not to work with a lot of breweries, and you tend to get found out as well. People tend to find out that this beer is not as good as what it used to be. Yeah, well, they have tweaked it a bit and saving shitload of money. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see why breweries do it, but I don't think it's a good idea because I think reputation is a brewery's reputation for me is more important than trying to cheapen yourself with you know tweaking with different recipes on beers and stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah, well, actually, this has been quite a good live, to be honest. We've had a few weird ones into the beginning, going on about K-pop, all that fucking bullshit. Um, it's starting to get a little bit wet. I'll show you. I'll show you what it's like. Yeah, you come in. As you can see out there, I don't know if you can see out there. It's a bit, yeah, it's a bit wet. Um, we get our mate here. Get our mate here. Come on. Ooh, here he is. Here's the big fella. Uh, say hello to the people. Say hello to the people. Hey, good lad, didn't you? He's a good lad, really. Oh, weighs a ton, didn't he? He weighs a ton. He weighs a ton. He does. Huh? Go on. There you go. Oh, what's come up? Pretty sunny. He's not gorgeous, mate. He's not gorgeous. He's not gorgeous. He's a British short hair. He's a British short hair. Um, he's about 4 years old. He's he's a pain in the ass, to be honest. He's all right. He's all right. I've never been to Bolton. Saying that, I'm off to see Peter Kay in June. Talking about Bolton. Is it July? I'm off to see Peter Kay. So I've forgotten all about it, to be honest, because I booked up about 5 years ago to go and see Peter Kay in Manchester. I've forgotten all about it, but it looks like we're going. He's all right though. That's Toby. Toby, by the way. Toby, wave. No, he doesn't want to know. Too busy licking himself. Well, Bolton. When I think of Bolton, I think of Peter Kay. And of course, I'm seeing him in 2 months' time. We booked it up about 5 years ago. And of course, well, I'd imagine everybody knows his jokes by now, and I imagine this will be the last shows he does because I can't see him carrying on. So yeah, we go off to Manchester. Just gonna drive there and drive back, I think. Be absolutely knackered. Absolutely knackered. After going all the way there and back. Yeah, and I think I know most of his jokes now because people have been telling me, and I've watched stuff on YouTube and stuff. Some decent breweries, to be fair. Bank Top, Brightside, Rivy, not much else. Actually, if you're in Bolton, you'd be towards Preston way, Lancashire way, won't you? So, I'm trying to think. Bowland Brewery. They're based out there, if I remember rightly. And another brewery. Used to be a brewery called Crankshaft, which they did some good beers. They folded up, I think. And of course, you've got Lakes Brewery at Kendal, haven't you? So, yeah, there's some good breweries out there. Bank Top, not familiar with. Brightside, yeah. Bowland, yeah. Yeah, Bowland. Did some great beers. I think I've done most of them, to be honest. All them bold beers. Used to get them at a spa up my way in a service station, Bowland Beers. If I remember rightly, they weren't bad, to be honest. It's good traditional beers. The Pilsner was good as well. I remember paying was it about £6 or £7 for a bottle of Pilsner from them? I know that Pilsner's available in booths. No, I didn't. Yeah, we did miss. Yeah. Yeah, we missed you, mate. We missed you, Baz. Crankshaft folded a while back. You did. Yeah, they did. I think it was like a bloke on his own, wasn't he? Milton. Hello, Milton. Haven't heard from you for a while. Spa near me did 4 for 6. Hen Harrier and Pheasant Plucker. Pheasant Plucker was a good one. Imagine saying Pheasant Plucker after about 6 of them. Pheasant Plucker. Hey? They were just round the corner from me, weren't they? They were just round the corner from Simo, weren't they? They were. Give her a kiss. Go on, give everybody a kiss. Go on. No, you won't, will you? He's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to go. Look at the people. Look at the people in there. Go on. Go on. Come on. Go on, say hello. No, he's not in the mood, are you? Just will be put down, don't you? He's not gorgeous, Baz. He's not gorgeous, is he? You gorgeous? No, you're not gorgeous, are you? You gorgeous? Are you? Nah, you can't be. You're not that good looking. I'm the best good looking one here. Not you. He's a bugger. And you don't look at me like that. No, don't look at me like that, bugger. Yeah, he's not. The missus just fell in love. Well, the missus just fell in love with him. Oh, you can't be joking. Look, Paul's missus falling in love. We want to blow her a kiss. Go on, blow her a kiss. Go on, blow her a kiss. Go on, go on. Kiss. Go on. Go on. No, he doesn't like kisses. You don't like kisses, do you? You just want to get away. You want to get away. He wants to get away. He's just giving me the evil look there. Yeah, he gave me evil look yesterday. If I wormed him, he don't like him getting wormed. Through the message. Put me down, you hairy. Yeah, he is. Basically, that's what he does. That's what he does. Put me down, you hairy twat. He's a good boy, really. He is. I tell you what, he's one of the best behaved cats I've ever had. He kind of like, he sits in his chair all fucking day. He gets up for his dinner. In the morning, first thing in the morning, he goes into the garden on a lead. Yes, we put him on a lead. We're taking for a walk in front of the neighbours. Everyone says, look, that stupid twat JB taking his cat for a walk. But that's what he likes. So we take him for a walk, comes back in, has something to eat, sits on his chair again. That's the last you hear of him for about half a day. Then suddenly he gets off his chair, comes down, maybe has a little kiss and a little cuddle when he wants to. Then he wants to go outside, in the garden, on the lead again, on the lead, walking him round the garden. Bib bib, kiss it, Paul, mate. Yeah, and if your missus likes tubs, I'll send him you. I'll send him in a box to you. All the best. Cheers for joining me, mate. I've got a bogey on my nose. No, it's not. Thought it was anyway. No worries, mate. Take care. I'll be going soon anyway. I might go in a minute actually. Gonna see if he wants to say goodbye. I'm gonna see if he wants to say goodbye. Come on, mate. You want to say goodbye? Then we both go together. We go together. We go together, won't we? Come on. I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to. So say goodbye to everybody. Have a good one. Bib bib, kiss it. Go on. Bib bib, kiss it. Ow. God. Go on, say bye bye. Look. Say bye bye. Say bye bye. You want to say bye bye to everybody? Say Uncle Baz. Say bye bye to Uncle Baz. Uncle Simo. Go on. Uncle Paul. Say bye bye. Paul's wife likes you for some reason. We'll send him to you. Send you to Bolton. Shall we send you to Bolton? Shall we? We'll send you to Bolton. Yeah, so cheers everybody. I'll come on to another live one sooner or later. Thanks everybody for watching us. Got scratched now. Time for sit down and watch a bit of TV. Bib bib.